Hello, everyone. Jeff Johnson from the Gazette here with Jeff Linder. We are both snowed in at our separate houses here in Cedar Rapids. We're here to talk a little bit about basketball, boys, girls, whatever else might come up. Our Call It Both Ways podcast. Let's talk about snow, first of all, Jeff.
Snow is the devil.
Yes.
No, I like snow.
Probably I measured 13 and a half at my house, and it sounds like I might have been a little bit short on that, according to the weather experts out there. So that's too much from one shot, my opinion.
Yeah. So are you a snow blower guy? Are you a shovel guy? Or
Both.
all
right. My snow blower has gotten a heck of a workout here in the last couple of days, so it's getting rest for a day, and then I guess we're gonna have to pull them back out from what everybody's saying. So
yeah. I didn't even bother after yesterday. I think we got about 2 more inches yesterday.
Yeah,
more than I expected to see. I didn't bother because they say we're getting a lot more, and we'll let the snowplow driver get both of them in one little swath.
Are you a snowplow or
I've never had a snowblower. I probably should break down and get one. I've always been a shovel guy. It was a lot easier when the son was home to help, but now I'm the only. Well, Cindy helps a little too, so I shouldn't say that. She helps as well, but it's become a little bit more difficult task, and we're not young anymore.
That's right.
So I hire a neighborhood guy with a truck and a blade and give him a little money. And last time we gave him a few pumpkin muffins too.
Nice. Very nice. Got a guy. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I got to investigate something like that.
They're out there. You just have to look a little bit.
All right. Well, I do feel sorry for athletics activities directors now, because I think everybody, as you just talked right before we got the tapes rolling on this thing, everybody got all their makeup dates figured out, and now it looks like we're going to have a whole nother batch of makeup dates for the ADs to try and come up with, huh?
Yeah, well, it's still early enough that we've got enough Mondays and Thursdays and Saturdays left that they ought to be able to do it. We've had a lot worse winters than this, where it seemed like we'd miss every Tuesday and Friday for 3 or 4 weeks on end, would be partially or totally knocked out. Remember the polar vortex year of 2019? I think we missed a week and a half there, and it's okay. It's the equivalent of the summer and getting a bunch of baseball and softball games rained out in May and June. Maybe some of them won't get made up, the non-conference ones, but it'll work out.
As we're taping this on Thursday, as of now, we have almost a full schedule, I think, right? Boys and girls.
Yeah,
tonight?
Pretty close to full. I think about 20 girls games. I imagine the same for boys. A lot of Tuesdays games just got moved back to today. I know Northland and Springville were supposed to play tomorrow. They moved that up to today. So we'll see. I think we're going to be okay tonight. I think we're going to get knocked out tomorrow and maybe Saturday as well.
Yeah, I've got the old Linmar at Kennedy matchup, top 10 teams in 4A tonight. Kennedy, that was supposed to be played Tuesday night. They've decided to get her done tonight, and then I think everybody, like you said, is supposed to play tomorrow night as well, but probably just not going to happen. That's the way it is.
This is my handiwork from.
Yeah, I saw that online.
Yeah, so
get another page.
It's okay. The Jeff of 15 years ago would have been freaking out, and now I just say we'll figure it out later.
I was on our friend Scott Unash's show the other day, and I was commenting how you have the best stats keeping of anybody I've ever met. And this is a compliment, Jeff. And it's all color coded, and how I knew, there it is, the multicolored pen, and how
That's
you
right.
were gonna be all up in this reschedule thing. And I knew you would. I knew you would, buddy. So did you run out of ink?
When I run out of ink, those pens get they cross the rainbow bridge to little Bic heaven. So,
Oh,
no, I still have. I'm sure I've told you about 3 years ago. It was the derecho year, or not the derecho. Well, it was also the derecho year, but it was the COVID year, 2020. And a grandmother from one of the players I used to cover eBayed me 12-pack boxes of the four
nice.
color pens. So, and it might have been the nicest gift I ever received.
Nice. That's beautiful. Hey,
Yeah.
did you go out this morning and get one of your boxes of Caitlin Clark cereal?
No, I
No?
didn't. No,
Uh,
the truck hasn't left the garage since Monday here,
okay.
and I think the last time I've been out of the house, well, off our property was for our meeting Monday.
All right.
Gonna go out tonight and cover basketball, and we'll see what Friday and Saturday bring as well. No, I did not get a box of Caitlin Crunch Time cereal.
Yes. Apparently some of the stores had limits on how many you could purchase.
That makes sense.
Some did not, which
Oh,
led
boy.
to someone going out to Hy-Vee at 6 this morning and snatching up 40 to 50 boxes of it, several of which you can now buy on eBay for
Yeah.
25, 30, 40 bucks. So
You know what I would do? I would say, you know what, if you're going to buy that many boxes, I'm going to sit here at the register. I'm going to watch you eat them all right
I'd love,
here. And you're going to eat all these frosted flakes.
I love that. So apparently there's some for autographs that
Yeah,
are
I think some of them have some lucky winners have a code there that they can get an autographed card of her, and I'm
okay.
sure those will get sent into eBay
Yeah.
land as well.
Yes, I can't wait to see how much those things go for.
Yeah, you know, and you cover baseball. You know, you like autographs and that kind of stuff. If it's a kid, you know, and the thing at Carver, you know, a bunch of kids come up and get her autograph, or you know, maybe they'll get lucky and she'll sign a shoe or a shirt or something like that. If the kids have do that, that's great. I have no
Yep,
problem with that. But adults that try to profit on this kind of stuff, and there's a lot of them, I just don't have any time for them.
I agree, and it's kind of killed. Yeah, I'd be the first to admit I have collected autographs for many years, and I've never sold one thing. I give away a lot of stuff, and it's just all I want is one autograph of a player or whoever, and that's it. And you see the people who are out there with books and books of cards, you know, depending on the whatever sport it might be, and you know, expecting these athletes to sign like 20, 30 cards at a time. It's just like,
Yeah.
no way. What are you doing with
Mhm.
all these? And of
Yeah.
course, you know what they're doing with all of them. So
Yeah. I'd rather do a picture, just shake a hand and, you know, say, boy, I sure like watching you play.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
They should have
Well,
Gazette cards.
yeah. Oh man. I think that's a heck of an idea. Gazette packs of Gazette employees, you know, with randomly inserted autograph cards of, you know, like Michael Oss or Todd Dorman or you know, you or whoever. So big seller. Those would be big sellers, I think. Okay, probably not, but
Yeah, maybe not.
so
So,
in the few days that we've had basketball since we last discussed it, Jeff, was there anything that stood out to you? I guess it'd be what,
um,
2 days?
yeah, I was out at Washington last Friday, and yeah, two teams that have gotten a lot better since last year, Western Dubuque and Washington. Washington won one game last year. Western Dubuque had won five. Washington won that game 58-48, and they are now 4-7. And I'll tell you, that's a team on the rise. Some good sophomore talent, led by Samantha Becker. I think that's a team that, they certainly bottomed out last year after Hannah Stolke graduated, but I think they're on their way back. And I think this is a team that might end up close to 500 this year and might be a divisional contender next year, depending on how the divisions are divvied up.
I actually saw them play early in the year. I think it was against Marion. It was a girl boy doubleheader, and I got there early and watched most of their game. And that was kind of my thinking too, Jeff, was that with the youth and the fact that they were very competitive in a game against a very strong Marion program. I was like, yeah, Chris James might have something here eventually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I absolutely think they're on their way to becoming a good team here for the next 2 or 3 years. Western Dubuque, despite the loss, 7-5 after 5-19 last year, and they're going to be a handful for anybody in 4A, from here on out. So, my notebook's in the can already. That's out in space, and leading that with the Maquoketa girls, who are 10-2, 5-0 in the River Valley North, and they supposed to play Monticello tomorrow. If they play, I'll go cover it if I can get there. And if they would win that division, that would be their first league title in 20 years.
wow,
Yeah,
very nice. The boys
Yeah.
have a pretty nice team too this season. So
Mhm.
that's good to see. I got a trivia question for you, and I was trying to find it online someplace. My notebook for tomorrow is going to be led on Lansing Kee, which is 12-0, and ranked for the first time in boys basketball. It's always been known as a baseball school, obviously. They've never won the Upper Iowa Conference. The last conference championship was 1983. What conference would that have been? Because I just always remember independent, I thought.
Was it like the Upper Mississippi
Okay, that was what I was
Conference?
that with like
Marmac would have been there. Maybe Holy Cross Leo would have been there.
Okay.
I don't know. I know there's a website I could find that.
No, I'll find it. I hadn't gotten around to it. And I was thinking the same thing that yeah, all those schools along the river there. Was Guttenberg in that thing too?
No, actually, Guttenberg was in our conference way back when I was in school.
Really?
Yeah, they were. That was a long trip. So,
Gardavillo, perhaps?
Gardavillo might have been in that conference. Who else is gone now that would have been around then? Oh, I don't know. It might have been a small 5 or 6 team league. I would say Marmac would have been in there.
Okay.
Now you got me interested. We'll have to figure that out.
Marmac had a really good girls player did she play Division I ball somewhere? Slockett is the name that I seem to recall. No? Missy Slockett? That doesn't that
No,
name
she was Iowa Valley, and she is also Allie Disterhoff's mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But I swear there was a girl up in at Marmac that was a really, really good girls basketball player when I first started.
Okay. I'm efforting on this now. Hopefully I can find it.
Golly, you'd think you'd remember all this stuff.
Nah. Once upon a time, maybe.
Corlett. Was there a Corlett?
Maybe.
I think
You're not thinking of Machine Gun Molly Bolin, who played for the Iowa Coordinates, are you?
No.
I think she was from Moravia.
Okay. I swear I'm gonna look this up now.
Yeah.
Yourselves. I'm pretty sure it was Corlett. Maybe not. Anyway, anybody out there that can help us out with that?
Yeah. Tell us about that Upper Mississippi Conference. I think that was the name of it.
I think you're right. Yes. Now that you mention that. So, just one of the long lost conferences that we lament not being around
There'd be a
anymore.
lot more scores to track down on Tuesdays and Fridays, though.
That's there is that. There is that. Anything else on the girls' side that kind of catches your eye right now, Jeff?
Um,
Rankings come
well,
out today.
yeah, they're supposed to.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, just a lot of games that I was really looking forward to this week that probably aren't going to happen. Solon West was going to be Monday. Clear Creek Mount Vernon was going to be Tuesday. Now it's tonight. Thursday was going to be North Lynn and Regina. That got moved to Saturday, and then that got moved to next Saturday. Uh, Prairie and Cedar Falls were supposed to play Tuesday. Now that's Saturday and probably won't be. So a lot of good matchups that we're just going to have to wait with.
I mean, we're well over halfway, or we're over halfway
Yeah.
with this thing in about a month for postseason. Does that sound right?
Yeah, about a month for the girls. Yeah.
Man, oh man.
Yeah. It's
Crazy.
the season goes long, but then it's a long season, but then you look up and you wonder where it went.
Yeah, well, that's all right. That just means the winter flew by, which is always a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, how about boys? You got boys rankings for Monday. Let's why don't you talk about that while I see if I can figure out this Upper Mississippi comp.
That sounds good. Rankings changed just a little bit. 3 of the 4 1A teams remained the same. North Lynn in 1A, West Line in 2A, and Cedar Rapids Kennedy in 3A. The top 10 in 4, or yeah, Kennedy in 4A. I'm sorry. The top 10 in 4A remained the same, though there was some juggling around of positions. Lenmar dropped from 4th to 10th after a couple of tough losses. Dubuque Seniors in there at 3rd, Iowa City West at 8th, and then 3A, Solon's undefeated, 9-0 and number 4. Mount Vernon jumped in there at number 10. Williamsburg and Cedar Rapids Xavier both dropped out. 2A, it's a lot of Western Iowa, Northwest Iowa, as you would expect. Monticello's in there at 3rd. And then 1A, Northland number 1, Bellevue Marquette number 2. They play late in the regular season. Really looking forward to that. Keota at 7 and Key High at 8. Linville Sully at 9. For the rankings, and as Jeff efforts the Upper Iowa or Upper Mississippi Conference history, I will tell you guys a little bit about the MVC-CIML Shootout that we had at downtown at the Lion Energy Powerhouse Saturday. At 7 games, and it went very well, I thought. Some blowouts, some a couple close games. What we learned from it, I don't know. The CIML is really good, top to bottom.
When
I
have we
think
heard that
that's
before?
yeah, right. Imagine that, huh? Imagine that. I think that was my prevailing thought was the bottom of the CIML is better than the bottom of the MVC. We
Well,
had a
there's
couple of
fewer
big,
teams.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and that's 100% true. And I do think that the top of both leagues is very similar, and I think we saw that in the way it played out. In the games, I guess I could just run through the scores real quick. Pleasant Valley beat Ames 45-29. It wasn't all CIML and MVC teams this first year. There were a couple of 3 MAC teams that were playing in it, and then Ames from the Alliance Conference as well. So Southeast Polk beat Prairie 70-57. Waukee Northwest looked good. Beat Iowa City Liberty 74-36. A surprise was Davenport Assumption beating Cedar Falls 72-66. Although both those teams are ranked in their respective classes. Cedar Falls was the 4A team. It was coming off a big double overtime win over at Lindmar the previous night. So that was a little bit of a surprise. Assumption looked really good. West Des Moines Valley beat Lindmar 54-42 and a couple of top 5 teams there. And boy, Valley played without outstanding junior guard Curtis Stinson Jr., son of the former Iowa State player, who I guess is going to be out for a week or so with some sort of leg injury. Valley was still able to beat Lindmar and pull away in the fourth quarter after Lindmar led after 3 quarters. Defending champs, they're going to be very tough to beat when the postseason rolls around. They're my team to beat. I think you're might be theirs to lose if everybody gets back healthy on that team. And then the event concluded with Kennedy with a pretty impressive 65-54 win over Waukee. Kennedy led most all the way and by as many as 20 something in that game before Waukee kind of came back a little bit late. And Jeff, did you see the 2/3 court shot the night before?
Yeah.
From Waukee.
Yeah, I watched that several times. I mean, Valley thought they had that thing won, and they were celebrating. I think they probably thought time was out, and but now they got a half second back, and boy, Waukee made the most of it.
Yeah, the kid Costello for Waukee, and I was talking to. Well, I probably won't even tell you who I was talking to, but they were like, "Well, I tell you what, that might have been the longest half second I've ever seen." Well, seriously, and you look at it, jaded wise. I mean, the kid caught the ball, kind of took a step and a half and let her fly.
Did he take a dribble? He didn't, did he?
No, but he kind of took, a step. Obviously, he didn't just toss it from there. And but you know what? If you're a referee, you ain't taking that away.
Yeah,
You'd be run out of the gym. And then we had Booyer Valley against somebody the night before, the same night. Did you see video of that one?
I did. That was a heave.
That was a heave. It was I think if I remember right, a missed free throw in a tied game.
Mm-hmm.
The kid rebounded it, literally threw it full court, splash, in off the backboard to win the game. So
that's why. Here's one of my pet peeves, and as you know, I have plenty. I just hate it when teams throw the ball in and they just don't even try anything. They just, they throw it up there. Who knows? You might, lightning might strike, or you might get fouled, or obviously at the end of the game, if it's you're ahead, go ahead, dribble it out. But throw something up there.
You never know. That's right.
Yeah. You always miss 100% of the shots you don't take, JJ.
Wow. Jeff, you just blew my mind. You blew my mind there. So did you find out anything on the upper
Mississippi? No. I can come up with dumb, pithy quotes, but I can't find anything on the upper Mississippi.
Well, we'll figure it out when we get done here. So trying to think what else is up with the boys.
Did you see Caitlin Clark's half-court shot yesterday?
I missed that.
Okay.
I have to be honest with you. And so that did not count, right?
What's that?
That did not count, right?
Did not count. She got the ball and knew that the Purdue was going to give a foul because they had fouls to give. And right when the girl fouled her, she chucked the ball up from about 40 feet and went in. So they just got they got 2 shots. They did not get the basket or 3 points. Uh-oh. I think we've got an answer. All right. Did you see this?
I'll let you read it.
Nathan Ford. Last year, the Upper Mississippi Conference was 1989. Lansing Kee, Holy Cross Leo, Cresco Notre Dame. You remember them?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember their nickname?
I'm going to guess Crusaders, but I'm sure that's wrong.
You remember Holy Cross Leo's nickname? I don't.
Rockets, maybe?
Okay. Garnavillo.
Okay.
Yeah, Marmac and North Winnebago.
North Wind. I forgot all about North Wind.
Yeah. So that's 6 schools. Yeah.
All right. So that would have made
Thanks,
sense.
Nathan.
So, yes, Nathan. Appreciate you, Brad. Man, that's great. So Lansing Kee's last conference championship in '83 would have been in the
Upper
upper.
Mississippi.
All right. Yeah, Holy Cross Leo used to have great baseball teams.
Yeah, they did.
Up
I
there
do
in
remember
Butte County. There, yeah, they don't play much baseball up there, right? So,
that.
I'm trying to think. North Winnebago was located
Burr Oak.
Burr Oak. Okay, I remember that now too.
Burr Oak, just north of Decorah.
Okay, all right. What was Cresco, Notre Dame,
Yeah.
Garnavillo, as we mentioned, which had some good girls teams, if I remember right, in the '80s.
Okay.
Now you were around during that era with your dad, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Presco Notre Dame would have been a long ways away.
yes, yes. And who was the other one? Oh, Marmac. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't remember their nickname, to be honest with you. Obviously went with MFL now. So
Yeah.
some pretty country up there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Just gorgeous up there, the Driftless area.
Yeah, you go hiking up there, right?
We hiked up at Effigy Mounds the fall before last, fall of 22, and that was awesome.
Okay. All
And we go
right.
to Pikes Peak every now and then and Bellevue, and yeah, we like to do that.
I know you did a podcast with John Steppe, right? Talking a
I
lot
did.
about women's basketball, so we won't talk too much about the Hawks. But how about Iowa State?
They're starting
Milestone
to play
for
well.
Will Fenley?
Yeah, 600 wins for him. They're starting to play well. Those freshmen are really starting to catch on. And what are they? They 4-0 in the Big 12. They're undefeated in the
Yeah,
Big 12 right
that's
now.
yeah.
And like Bill Fenley said after they played Iowa, he said, "You better get us now because you're not going to get us later." So, and there might be some truth to that.
600 wins. That's a nice round number, huh?
It is. It is. And it's been a great career for him. I mean, his career's kind of paralleled Lisa Bluter's at Iowa, and they've both been very, very successful.
How about Drake and you and I?
UNI's been struggling.
Have
Yeah, they've had some injuries. Last I saw there, I think there was something like 3-9. Drake's playing well. They've got that win over Iowa State. I think they're tied for first in the Valley right now.
Okay. Okay. I saw a thing. The Cole women have won 9 in a row, if I saw it right.
Nice, nice.
And the men are just gave Dubuque its first loss of the season last night. They're like 14-1. So,
Okay.
head on out to what is it, Quahog Arena? Is that the name of that?
It should be Dougie Arena.
I think so too. I think it should be Dougie Peters Arena. No doubt about that. I think that's maybe we should get a groundswell of support for that. Or Dougie Court. Dougie Court with a picture of Dougie
There
on
you
the
go
court.
at Quahog Arena.
Yes.
I'm looking through the girls' roster here, see how many local kids play for them. Taylor Brunson's a freshman there.
Limar?
Yeah, Ava Brady from East Buck is a freshman there. Not too many Iowans. Emily Sly went to Clear Creek. Megan Harvey went to Clear Creek. So yeah, a few area kids.
I saw too, this just totally off topic, but I saw today, a kid named Zamari Bruce, who was starting receiver first couple years at Cole College, or the last couple seasons, kid from Texas, is walking on at Ole Miss. Left Co, tried to get into a D1 program, and he's gotten into a D1 program. So good luck to Zamari. Nice kid. Remember talking to him last year. So you don't usually see that big of a jump.
Right.
But he's got size and athletic ability. So good
Good.
luck to Samari.
Hey,
Uh,
I've kind of fallen asleep on the wheel. I've been chasing this for the last 2 or 3 years, and guess I've just had other things to do, and I shouldn't have. But have you heard anything more about Waverly or the Upper Iowa Conference or the Northeast Iowa Conference or any of that? I know Waverly's going independent next year. I think the last I knew, they had applied for membership in the WAMAC again for 25-26 because they got denied unanimously for 24-25, so they've applied again for 25-26. Meanwhile, have you heard anything about the Northeast Iowa? Is anybody going in there? I'd heard maybe Osage, maybe North Fayette Valley. Personally, I think Oline ought to go back. Or anything you've heard?
no, I heard just offhand rumor of the alliance, believe it or not, with Waverly. But I don't think I don't think
No,
that'll
I mean, they're right next door to Waterloo East.
yep.
But if this thing goes through with East and West combining, I assume that's an MVC school.
I would
Uh,
think so, yeah.
so I don't know. I know the WAMAC really does not want Waverly.
No, yeah, I've heard exactly the same thing. And will the IHSAA and
Yeah,
IGSAL will have to place them somewhere? Is that
so
how this?
somebody will have to step in. The independent thing can't last long term. But yeah, I would think it'd have to be somewhere, have to be Alliance or MVC or WAMAC. They're a little big for the WAMAC, some of the smaller schools. Um, and they're quite a ways away.
Boy, that thing just became acrimonious, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Big-
And MVC, I could see that. Uh,
Yeah,
that would that would get them back to 16 schools. I know they're kind of waiting for Clear Creek to grow a little more so that that would be a good fit at some point, but I don't think they're there quite yet. So we'll
uh,
see.
yeah, I mean, and I know we've heard Jefferson's had interest in the past about the alliance. Um, but it wouldn't go without Washington, and Washington doesn't want to go, at least at this point. Um, I've hypothesized about a Wash Jeff combo
Yeah,
combining in one school to do what Waterloo's doing.
yeah,
You
yeah,
wonder,
yeah. They don't have to combine schools. They could just have a combine athletic programs.
yeah,
Um,
that's true. That's true. Um, geez,
I've kind of wondered about like an MVC MAC merger.
okay,
MVC West would be Cedar Falls, maybe Waterloo, Kennedy, Xavier, Linmar, Prairie, West City, Liberty. East would be the four Dubuque schools, counting Western Dubuque, plus Assumption, North Scott, Bettendorf, PV,
okay.
and then starting another conference with Jeff, Wash, Clinton, Muscatine, maybe Burlington, all the Davenport schools.
That would be competitively, that would be pretty equal in
Yeah,
my opinion in most sports. So I did not realize the North Iowa City League is 3 divisions.
3 divisions of 5.
Does that seem a little out of whack to you? No.
Well, it's either that or go 8 and 7.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's 3 divisions of 5. So well, obviously it'd be the same way anyway, but somebody's not playing somebody, but
Yeah.
every night. But yeah, it's not optimal, but you know, the Tri Rivers is 15 schools right now, and that's an 8 and 7.
You see anybody stepping in there to make it 16 in the Tri Rivers?
Oh, Bellevue would be a good fit.
Yep. I can see that.
I think they're pretty happy in the River Valley though.
Okay.
And, we always hear rumors. I've heard rumors about Alburnett to the River Valley North, or Lisbon to the River Valley South, and everything's fluid and things are always going to change. But right now we are where we are.
All right. I guess we free-formed enough, Jeffrey. Should we hang it up since we have
Yeah,
sides?
let's hang it up.
Your plans for the rest of the week, we already know. You'll be snowmobiling down to Carver Saturday for the Big Iowa Indiana game. How about tomorrow? You said Maquoketa to Monticello.
Maquoketa to Monticello for now until weather dictates otherwise. And tonight I got Clear Creek and Mount Vernon, battle of unbeatens. Clear Creek's 11-0. No, Mount Vernon's 11-0. Clear Creek's 9-0. They're both ranked number 2 in their respective classes.
Okay.
You've got Linn-Mar Kennedy tonight, and then where do you go from there?
Tomorrow night, weather permitting, I'm going to slide on down to Iowa City West. And now that you put me on the spot, I cannot remember. Oh, here it is. I got it. I'm efforting. This the 12th, right? What is today?
Yeah, I think they're playing Cresco Notre Dame.
Oh no, I thought it was North Wind actually.
There you go.
I got it right here. I'm sorry, folks. As your age gets older, we focus on 1 hour at a time, people. Cedar Falls is the opponent. Of course it is. Top 10 game. Couple of top 10 teams. So that's weather permitting, of course, last night. So
yeah.
And folks, don't forget, reach out to Jeff. He knows a guy about snowblower. Not a snowblower. Plow.
No plow.
So there you go. All right. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stay dry, stay safe. Folks, thanks for listening to another edition of Call It Both Ways. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more to talk about from results wise next week. But thank you, Nathan Ford, our producer up in Minnesota, who what did he say, got 1 inch up there? Snow the other night?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's just
ridiculous. Well, I imagine that evens itself out pretty well.
That's 100% true. So, thanks, folks, for watching or listening to our Call It Both Ways podcast, and we will speak at you next week. Take care.